man was riding across the Australian desert in his car, South Australia, loaded up, and the back axle goes. He sees in the distance an oasis, and there he trudges and finds it beautifully kept, rings the bell, man answers the door, explains his predicament, said, "Will you come in, sir?" And the man, the owner of the house comes in, and he explained his problem. He said, well, the owner had a very dapper, well-dressed man, sort of like Clifton Webb used to be years ago. And he said, well, the only thing is the nearest place is 100 miles back from where you've come. He said, if you care to stay here for a night or two, I'll have my man take your car back there and get it repaired. He said, well, that's a wonderful idea. Thank you very much. So everything is arranged. He goes up to the room, changes, comes down for a cocktail, and is introduced to the man's wife and daughter. He's struck by these two attractive women. In fact, the wife attracts him very much because they could almost be sisters, mother and daughter. And after dinner, and everything very polite, goes to bed, and at midnight there's a tap on the door. He switches the bedside lamp, and the door half opens, and the voice of a woman says, please, no lights, no lights. He said, all right, turns the light off. Door clicks, and she comes over to the bed. He said, you know, we live a very lonely life here, as you can see. And gradually, a conversation, as she begins to caress him, his hand first, and finally, of course, the inevitable. About 4 a.m., she said, I've got to go, it's getting light. He said, but tell me, which are you, mother or daughter? I've got to know. She said, I don't want you to know. Let it be that way. Goodbye. She goes off. Well, that morning, coffee and breakfast by the pool. He looks from mother to daughter, gets no sign at all. And he's absolutely baffled. He said, I didn't sleep well last night. They're all probably in a strange bed and so forth. Second night, same thing happens again. He said, I tried all day to get some sign from you. Nothing. He said, I'm not going to give you any sign. No. Same thing in bed, 4 a.m., she goes. They had a wonderful night together. Following day, same thing again. Third night, he said, you know, my car's repaired, I'm leaving tomorrow. Why don't you come to Melbourne? Meet me there. So she, no. Let this be our last night. He feels the tears, embrace and so forth. And she goes. Well, in the morning, car's ready and so forth. He looks at mother and looks at daughter, shakes each one by the hand and presses it hard. No response. And the owner of the house escorts him to his car. He said, you know, I dare say you wondered why we live in such a remote place just as this. He said, well, the man said, if you wouldn't think me impertinent, I did wonder. He said, well, you see, we have another daughter that you've never met. And she's the reason why we live here, because, you see, she's 11